Why are so many electric leases buried in cash right now? Two of the cars on this screen are electric, and this month, one of them had $15,000 knocked off the sticker. No strings, the biggest check we've seen all year. Sounds like the deal of the summer. It's a warning sign. Because in 2026, automakers aren't piling cash on EVs out of generosity. They're plugging a hole. Stick around and you'll see exactly what that cash is hiding and how to tell a genuine deal from a bailout on any lease, gas, or electric. A Kia and a Honda gone electric, a Mercedes, a Nissan, and a Hyundai holding the line. Here's August. This is Lease Lab Radar. First, the one tool that makes every deal here readable. A lease payment is only ever two things added together: depreciation, what the car loses while you drive it, and rent, which is just the interest. 2 bars every payment. Now watch the two electrics. The Kia, with all that cash, $229 of its payment is pure interest, more than a third. The Honda electric next to it? Its interest is tiny, but hold that thought because its trap is hiding in a different column. The gas cars behave. So the real question is never how big is the discount, it's what is the discount covering for? 3 levers move these bars: cash, rate, residual. And the EVs are pulling them in a way that should make you look twice. Start with the bait, the cash. The Kia EV9 out of Georgia, $15,000 on the hood. Unconditional, no loyalty or conquest games. The biggest single number of the year. And here's the tell. Cash buys the price down, never the rate. The money factor underneath worked out to 5.5% interest. So even after 15 grand, $229 a month vanished into finance charge. More than a third of every payment dollar. That's the loudest lever on any deal, and it's the one they wave at you first, precisely because it distracts from the 2 quieter ones. Big check, bad rate. Which raises the question, why is Kia willing to eat $15,000 in the first place? That's lever 2, and it's the whole reason we're here. The residual, the value the car keeps. A lease only charges you for what the car loses, so a high floor means a low payment. The Honda Prologue, electric, held just 46% after 3 years. Most gas cars on this board held 62, 63. 46 is a floor falling through the basement. You're financing more than half the car. So how is it still a deal? $7,250 of Honda cash dropped right on top of the crater. And now the Kia makes sense too. Here's the 2026 EV story in one line. Electric resale values are sliding. Nobody's sure what a used EV is worth in 3 years, so the residual gets set low, and the automaker buys it back down with a giant rebate. The cash isn't a gift, it's an airbag. Once you see that, you can read any electric lease, find the residual first, and ask what's propping it up. So what does an honest lever look like? Lever 3, the rate. The Mercedes GLC, gas, ran a money factor of 0.02%. On a payment near $600, $1 was interest. 1. That's what genuinely cheap money looks like. Nothing hidden, nothing to cover. The honest asterisk, because we always give one, that's a 24-month term, and short leases get the flashy rates. But the contrast is the lesson. When a deal's cheap money is real, it doesn't need a $15,000 check standing in front of it. The Kia's cash was loud because the rate behind it was bad. The Mercedes barely offered cash because it didn't have to. One last lever, and it's the only one with no catch at all: where you're standing. We caught the same Nissan Rogue Platinum twice this month. Identical trim, identical national program, same week. In Texas, $2,000 of lease cash. In New Jersey, $3,325, $1,300 more on the exact same truck. Same rate, same residual, nothing electric, no crater to paper over. Just Nissan moving its support state by state. That's the cleanest lever there is. Free money that depends only on your zip code. No EV required. So here's how you read any lease now, electric or not. Negotiate the price first. Then split the payment in your head. How much is the car losing? How much is interest? 3 levers move those 2 parts. A low rate shrinks the interest, a high residual shrinks what the car loses, and cash knocks down the price it's all built on. And the 2026 rule on top. When a deal leads with a huge check, don't celebrate. Ask what it's covering. Sometimes it's a bad rate. On an electric right now, it's usually a residual nobody trusts. The cash is real money either way. You just want to know whether you're being rewarded or bailed out. That's August. The EVs weren't bad deals. A $15,000 check is real money, and if you were leasing anyway, cratering residuals are Honda's problem, not yours. But now you know what the check is for, and you'll never mistake a bailout for a bargain again. One honest note, as we post this, a couple of these books are still open, and the rest are already rolling over, so treat them as examples, not a shopping list. Pull your own region's numbers today. 2 quick things. If this made EV leases make sense, tap like. It's how the next person finds it. And subscribe with the bell. We scan a new region every week, and you want this month's numbers, not last month's. Check your region. See you in the next one.